What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Mulder Life Podcast, coming to you live from the NCon Studios. And I am excited to be here with you all tonight, guys. It is a nice Monday night, and we had a great day today of production. And we'll see if we talk about what we're up to or not. But I'm excited to be here with you guys tonight. Big thanks to our sponsors this week, Pave Tool Innovators, pavetool.com. Go check out them. Big shout out to them for being a sponsor of the Mulder Life Podcast. Go check them out. Again, pavetool.com and use the code Mulder Outdoors and save yourself 10% off your entire order. That is a lot of money depending on what you are buying at pavetool.com. So go check them out. Use the coupon code. And for the first time ever, we have a new sponsor tonight, Amborn Stone. I want to welcome them as a sponsor of the Mulder Life Podcast, and big shout out to Amborn Stone. And I get asked time and time again. There's a job that I was actually at today. It's on our Instagram, on the stories, and people ask, "Where did you get that stone for that job?" And it all came from Amborn Stone. So their website is ambornstone.com. That's AMBORN stone.com. And you can talk to them. You can see all their different products. You can see what they do, milled and sawn stone, retaining wall block. And I'm telling you guys, this stuff is phenomenal to work with. You can do a lot of machine work, machine setting with it. We did about 300 to 400 tons, if I remember right, on the job that we were actually doing some work at today. We did that last year and the year before that, and that stuff was so amazing to work with. I'm telling you guys, go check out Amborn Stone. Their phone number's right there on the banner behind me, but also ambornstone.com. Milled and sawn retaining wall stone and natural stone, right from Kansas. They can truck it anywhere in the United States. I'm sure they trucked it all to me. The trucking they coordinated it all. I did not have to get my own trucks, and they did a great job. So really thankful to have them as a sponsor of the Mulder Life Podcast. And as always, Albany's Candy Factory, the official candy of the Mulder Life Podcast. Guys, we'll take questions like we do live every single week. It is a busy time of the season, I know, for a lot of people, so I'm sure that not everybody gets to tune in live like they normally do when it's slower or whatever, but I'm excited to be here with you guys. We have some good things going on. We're trying to wrap up a big hardscape job that we've been on for a while. The guys were there, they finished hooking up all the lighting today, and they tested everything, and then they started mulching. I had a crew there mulching, getting that done. It's not all done being mulched at all yet, but so that's awesome. Me and another guy were out at another job doing a bunch of nitro sand on a patio that we installed last year, and I was really happy to sorry, I thought I was going to yawn there. I was really happy to get that wrapped up today. So that's awesome. And I'm trying to. We had a new guy start about 2 weeks ago, roughly. Right now, a week ago. Really, he started last week Monday. So I'm trying to get caught up on some of these things that have been kind of lingering along a little longer than I wished. And so we've been splitting up now that we have this new guy that started, and so me and him were out doing that stuff while the other landscape guys were doing lighting and mulching at that project that we're trying to wrap up. So I was actually thought we would wrap that job up this week, but now, which would have been so sick, but we're supposed to get now 2 to 3 days of rain, and so that's going to put a damper on finishing that job this week, unfortunately. But that's okay. I mean, whatever, it gets done when it gets done. But I was trying to get that wrapped up this week, but I don't see that happening. So let's see. So that's getting done, and then maintenance guys worked really late tonight to try and not get too far behind because of the rain. So they worked until about 7:30 tonight, which is a long Monday for them. So Thankful for overall, just thankful for a great crew that is willing to get things done when we need to get them done, and they took it upon themselves to do that. So I really appreciate them. And yeah, so anyways, guys, don't forget you can ask questions live, comment live, whatever you guys want to talk about. It seems to be very quiet today. I don't know if my Instagram is working right or something, but I see no anything. I'll refresh it and see, but I'm not sure what's seems interesting to me. But anyways, guys, there was a couple questions that came in earlier today, and I thought they were some good questions, and so we'll talk about those. Somebody said, who is inspiring you right now? And I haven't really put a ton of thought into that, but um, who is inspiring me right now? Oh, Anborn Stone says we are here on IG. Yeah, and that's honestly how I originally started talking to with Anborn Stone. Anborn Stone just commented Anborn_Stone on Instagram, and you can message them there as well. I forgot to mention that. Sorry about that. Uh, I originally heard about Anborn Stone, I think, from Craig Scheller or Josh Sutton, Kansas City area, and um, yeah, and then I messaged them, I think, or I got their number. I don't know, but anyways, they've been really great to work with. So, anyways, go talk to them or message them on Instagram. You can ask all kinds of questions about material. You can look on their Instagram; they have all different kinds of pictures and everything. But who is inspiring me right now? Um, I'm always inspired by if you guys don't follow Advanced Wall Structures on Instagram, I'm always inspired by them. Those guys are they do like boulder retaining walls. Um, and I don't know if that's who inspires me, but I've been watching their stories. They're doing a bunch of work right now, and I'm always like just blown away by the work that they do. It's the coolest thing. There's another company that I'm always blown away by their work. Is I think it's Special T. Um, they do a bunch of natural stone walls and stuff with a similar product to like what's down here. I think I don't know what if they buy it, where they buy it, or whatever. It doesn't really matter. I don't know anything about them except that their walls are always incredible. I'm always super impressed by that and motivated and I guess inspired. Who else is inspiring me right now? Um, I guess work wise. I don't know. I listen to I podcast wise, like I've talked about Dave Ramsey 1,000 times, and you guys know he's a huge part of our lives, and I guess following the things that he's taught for money and business and stuff. But his Entree Leadership podcast, guys, is always inspiring to me because I'm constantly listening to great advice and calls and things that come in that um, always it's always a breath of fresh air hearing that I'm not the only one with different some of these issues. Some issues that you hear, it's very relatable. Entree Leadership Podcast, go check that out. And who else am I inspired by? I don't know. My buddy Jeremy Swihart, I've talked about him 1,000 times. He's always inspiring me with his innovation and efficiency and the work that he gets done. And his shop build is really cool. And watching him grow as a business owner and as grow his company and grow his shop space and just it's really cool. And not so much size wise, just like um, I don't know. I just I look up to him a lot in what he's doing and look forward to the day when we can get our shop built. And so yeah, I'm. I guess those are the things that come to mind. I guess I don't know. I haven't put a ton of thought into it. Um, Frankly, this time of the year, I'm not spending a ton of time watching other channels and seeing things. But the things that I do see, I guess that's what's jumping out at me right now. Um, let's see. Somebody had a question earlier, and I don't know if this is something that a lot of people want to hear about, but I was it was interesting. I don't know if I've ever been asked this, but somebody said, behind every great business owner is an even better spouse. And somebody wanted to know about me and my wife's story and how we came to meet, and um, just I guess about our relationship and stuff. I don't know if I'll do a super long version of that right now, but I'll give you, I guess, the condensed version. We were set up on a kind of a blind date. Um, my wife's name is Allie or Allison. Um, we were my best friend and his wife. Um, so my best friend, we grew up, kind of grew up together. I would say we became really good friends in, I would say, getting out of high school. We became really good friends. Maybe a little bit before high school, but anyways, his wife grew up with my now wife. They grew up together, a lot of different church things and sports things, and so they were dating and set us up on a blind date. I mean, I would consider it, I guess, a blind date. They both knew both of us, and we went on a date. So, um, and that's pretty much how it happened. We ended up obviously um, getting engaged then, and ended up getting married before um, they did. The people that our friends that set us up, and we're still great friends today. And yeah, our kids hang out together and do things together, and um, really thankful for them setting us up. So, yeah, so we had kids then. I would say, man, we dated for 6 months and then we were engaged for 6 months. So we were, yeah, within a year of meeting each other, I think we were married. I believe that's the right timeline. Um, and this year will be 16 years of marriage, I believe. Correct? Yes. And um, what else? I'm just trying to think. So we had kids for 3 or 4 years after getting married. Um, yeah, that would be about right. My oldest son is turning 13 June 2nd, which is absolutely insane to think about how fast time goes. Um, and my wife is a financial planner. She does financial plans. She's a CFP, a certified financial planner. And yeah, she is an absolute rock star. And we couldn't do what we do without her. And we would basically be lost without her. So super thankful for my wife. She's an absolute rock star. So that's a very short version of how me and my wife met. And yeah, so the real Elliot Miller says, if you aren't a trucking company and you understand the efficiency of having materials delivered to the job, why do you need such an extensive bin pad? It's a great question, real Elliot Miller. So I guess it depends on your um, definition of extensive bin pad, but we're going to have our bin pad will be it will be pretty big, I guess, but I'm building something that we can grow into. So I would probably agree with you that what we're going to build is bigger than we need it to be. Um, and it may be where I don't set up all the bins right away, but I am going to pour the pad as big as it needs to be to make it big. So I'm going to have a bin for topsoil, covered bin, hopefully covered. Eventually, it'll be covered topsoil. I will have a bin for yard debris like waste, whatever we bring back, junk that we bring back or whatever. We're going to have a bin for chips, which is like our bedding stone for our pavers, which we have that right now. And we have some of these things right now. They're just not in bins. They're just like piles, right? We do have a bin for chips and we have a bin for 3/4, which if we're doing a big hardscape job, I'm not hauling the stone there. We're just getting straight deliveries there. But I still will stock some stone to keep there. Now, our bedding stone, we always stock because what the bedding stone that we use, I cannot get at local dealers around by us. I have to have that trucked in. We will also have a bin for road mix or crusher run or whatever you want to call it, just to have in stock in case we need some. Again, not something that we're going to be using every single day, but it's something that I want. I'm going to have a bin for mulch, just to have a bin for mulch. Now, we may put bagged mulch in the bin so we know, like, hey, this is where we store the bagged mulch. I'm not really sure. But this year, I feel like we did more. We did so much mulch this year. I don't know what it was, but I just feel like we've done more mulch this year than ever before. It's kind of cool. I guess it's cool, whatever. And then one of the bins actually will be where we put. We'll have a concrete bin, so brick, concrete, whatever. Any kind of thing like that is going to be dumped there. And then we will have a bin that's really just for our trash dumpster. So we kind of pitched that to the city or to the county that that's where our dumpster would be, in an enclosure. They really weren't too concerned about it. So, like, I probably don't need to put a dumpster in one of those bins, um, but yeah, that's what the plan is. So, anyways, it's not so much that I'm going to be hauling things a ton of material everywhere, but we're going to have a place to put things. Um, and it will keep things organized. It'll keep things clean. It'll allow us to keep a better inventory of stuff, a good, clear place for where people have to dump things, easy to clean up. It's going to keep the yard from getting muddy. Um, and who knows what will come down the road, but it's not like I'm going to be dumping 100 tons of 3/4 and hauling 50 tons to the job site. Like, that's not what I'm envisioning. So I think most of my bins are 12-foot wide on the inside, and I want to say 18 feet deep, if I remember right. So like 3 blocks deep. They're 6-foot blocks. I think that's what it is. 2 blocks wide, 3 blocks deep, and then 3 blocks tall. But the dirt one and the mulch one will be 4 blocks tall, I believe, is what I had spec'd out. So again, I have all the blocks to build the entire bin pad. They're all at the property. I bought them all last fall, and I did that so that I got a good price on them at that time, and nothing's going to be as cheap as it is today. So um, I've been trying to spend money on things that won't go bad and that we can spend money on now, and so that's really good. So um, and again, if I end up not using the whole bin pad, like, I'm never going to regret having the space. So the bin pad itself, like, the pad will be 6 inches thick. It will be 60 foot deep by 150 foot. I actually think it's the exact same size concrete pad as what the building is. I just have to do that pad twice, which is um, like a big, like, oop, like, that's a lot of concrete, but I know that it's the right thing, and frankly, I'm more excited about the bin pad for some reason than I am the building. I don't know. Um, but speaking of the building, I am hoping by the end of this week to have our site plan approval, which means we can move forward. My civil engineer went to the county today and uh, dropped off our whole plan set, and they didn't say no. They didn't say yes, but they didn't say no. We had everything that we needed, and they have to now look at it and verify a couple things, and it sounds like it will move forward. And so as soon as that moves forward, then I am going to set out all of our siltworm everywhere that we need to have for erosion control. I'll have to get my SWIP permit for erosion control, and then the excavator can start whenever he can start, and then my builder, then I'll sign with my builder and get this train moving, which is crazy that I feel like it actually may happen. I know last week's episode we talked about how it may never happen, but this week I feel like it may happen now. So, um, yeah, I'm gonna sign with the power company. They sent me everything I need to actually today, and so I can sign their DocuSign. Um, and then I guess what they said is after I sign my contract with them and pay the bill, which kind of stupid, I guess. Why do I have to prepay? But whatever, I guess that's how they do it. I have to pay for them to come. Then I have 12 months. Um, I have 12 months to turn on the meter. So a year from whenever they submit it, a year from that is when I have to have the meter turned on by, or they have to do like a requote or something like that. I'm not concerned about that at all. So, um, yeah, it's getting kind of real. I guess one blessing I would say in this whole thing taking as long as it's taken is by the time this all kind of gets going, I think we're going to be past like the busy springtime, I think, and that's probably going to be kind of a blessing for me. But I'm not self-performing a lot of things. I will install the silt worm around the property that somebody will install that. Like it's a very easy thing to do. I'll have it on my rover where it all has to go, and they can just walk around the property and place the silt worm. It's not rocket science. So we'll do that. Obviously, I will I'll do the seeding and erosion control blanket. The only junky part about this is I know for a fact, I guarantee this is all going to get excavated, and I'm going to have to seed it in the middle of July. Um, that's just going to be how it goes. So whatever, it's not the best time to do it, but so we'll have to do that. Other than that, I'm not really planning on self-performing much else. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't. I'm not. I want to focus on my landscaping company. So there will be some things we self-perform, and that's fine. Um, but things that make sense, and the timing of it, it's not ideal that we do the seeding in the middle of the summer, but that's typically when we are the quote unquote slowest. So um, that's okay. So real Elliot Miller says, I missed one. John Ryan Spear says, is stepping back as a solo guy working on the route and increasing prices, maybe dropping some clients, so just I can manage it till I push again, or should I just hire? Is stepping back as a solo guy working on the route and increasing prices, maybe drop some clients, so just I can manage it till I can push again, or should I just hire? Uh, I mean, I don't really know. That there's a lot of variables, I guess. There's nothing wrong with doing that, and I wouldn't. That's not a. That's a great thing to do if you think that's the right thing to do. You definitely don't want to go and just work and spin your wheels and not make any money. So there's nothing worse than going out there and trying to do your work and never make money. Like, it's just, why bother? So, if you have to back up, slow down a little bit, increase your pricing, you may make more money and do less work, or make the same amount of money and do less work. And so, like, what's the point? Like, I think about that all the time. I don't need every account. I want the right accounts. I don't want to be I'm not the type of person that's going to race to the bottom with pricing. It's just not how I'm going to be. I lost I lost our biggest account this year, maintenance wise, and I lost two other ones because the people that took those accounts from us were doing it for half the price that I was doing it for, and I'm not going to do that. I don't even know how they're possibly doing it for that price, because it's not like I was making 50% profit on these accounts, but they somehow are going to do it for 50% less than me. And it's, go ahead. Like, I'm not going to get up in the morning and send all my guys and all this expensive equipment to go make no money. Like I'm just not into it. I'd rather not work than spin my wheels. It's just not worth it. And so if you think that that's the right thing that you need to do, um, then maybe you need to do that and then move forward. And it also depends on what you want, right? You have to decide. That's the best thing about owning your own business, I guess, is you get to choose how you want to run the business. You get to choose what you want to charge. You get to choose how many people you want to work for you, and how many accounts you want to have, and how much stress you can handle. And like I know for a fact, I'm not the type of person that can handle 100 people. It's not something that excites me. It's not something that I want. It's not something that I think I'm built for. I don't think so. Now, maybe I'm wrong, and there may be a time in my life where I say that I am built for it, but right now I don't feel like I am. JL for 8095 says less landscaping, more swans. Yeah, so swans. We have named our swans. I would like to formally introduce you, which I don't have any pictures or anything, but we have named our swans Tilt and Rotate. Row for short, Tilt and Row. The male is Tilt, and the female is Row or Rotate. And that's obviously a tip of the hat to Encon Tilt Rotators. And I would sit here and argue that I probably wouldn't have swans today if I didn't have a tilt rotator, or if I didn't buy my first tilt rotator 6 years ago. So I think it's only correct that we name them Tilt and Rotate, because if you're looking to get swans and you want to level up and get to the next level, and get swans, you want to probably start with a tilt rotator. So oh my goodness, of course I'm kidding. The swans are cool. They're doing great. They're out of the cage, or the pen. Let's not call it a cage. They're out of the pen. One of them, the female, got out on Friday last week unexpectedly, and so that kind of forced my hand, which I had planned. They needed to be let out anyways. They had been there for about 2.5 weeks, and it was time to let them out. So Friday afternoon, late afternoon, I let the male out, and then Sunday, actually, I ran over there with my son, and we pulled the entire pen out, so they could not have to worry about the pen being in the way anyways. But whatever, it's super cool. They're awesome. I think it's sweet. So we named them, and so one day we will hopefully be able to welcome Tilt and Rotate's children into the world, and we'll see how that goes. And maybe we'll start an Instagram for them, and you guys can purchase their babies on the internet. So, oh my goodness. PNW Landscape says, "What CRM do you use?" We currently use LMN, Landscape Management Network. That's what we use. We've used LMN for I don't know, 5 years, 6 years. I'm not really sure. I do, and I am a big proponent for Synced Up, though. And the reason I am is because I have a relationship with Weston. I know everything about what they stand for and what they care about, and I know what Synced Up is all about. Right now, with our company and our accounting and how we do things, we could not switch to Synced Up right now. We run off of QuickBooks Desktop, and it does not support that. Now, I know eventually they're going to be getting rid of QuickBooks Desktop, and there's a few other things that don't make sense for us to switch over to Synced Up right now. But that's not to say that we wouldn't ever do that. But right now we use Element. Just full disclosure, I don't really hide that in any way. But Synced Up is a huge supporter of our Mulder Life podcast, and I'm very thankful for Weston and his team. And I think they have a phenomenal program and a phenomenal staff and customer support, and have nothing but good things to say about Synced Up. And I encourage everyone that listens to me to go and check out syncedup.com. So thanks to them. Amber and Stone says SWIP 2 thought it was only rock quarries that had to deal with that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm gonna have to put siltworm around the property, and I'm not really sure exactly what else I'll have to do, but we're gonna, just figure it out. I'm hoping it can kind of remain low profile, but we'll see. Real LA Real LA Miller commented back to Ryan Spear and said, I think it depends on your end goal and some of the logistics that you have going on in your business. I completely agree. He says the average person can only directly manage 12 people effectively. Interesting. I have never heard those stats before, but um, I probably would agree with that. I don't know. How do you plan to heat your shop? Durfs, turf, landscape. Everyone loves to talk about the shop. Honestly, I feel like the podcast for the next 8 months could just be shop update podcast, the Mulder Life shop update podcast. Um, I do plan to share a lot about the shop. I have a YouTube series going of my shop on YouTube. I said that YouTube series would mean it's on YouTube. And those listening on YouTube right now, which we are live on YouTube, there's 4 people watching. Um, uh, I have a YouTube series of the whole property build. I've talked about that before, and it was I have 12 videos. I just put a video up the other day, mostly about the swans actually, and then I had some updates on what else has been going on there. And anyways, how do I plan to heat my shop? Not heated floors. I'm not doing heated floors. I'm not gonna spend the money on heated floors. I know there's so many opinions about that. I am going to have infrared tube heaters in the ceiling. That's what we're gonna have. So I'm actually really excited about those. I think they're awesome. They're quiet. They radiate heat. They're radiant tube heaters. And the price and the cost is I'm happy with that, and I think that that's going to be great. So um, yeah, I decided not to do heated floors. I don't spend hours working on the floor. I'll be honest with you, I've been in a couple of heated shops, and with the heated floors, my feet sweat constantly, and I didn't really care for it. And I just we're not a mechanic shop, and so I just feel like I just don't need to be. I just don't need to spend the money on it, and it doesn't like this shop that we're in right now has a forced air Renzor. It's like a forced air furnace thing or whatever, natural gas furnace, and that thing does a phenomenal job in here. And I think it's great heat. I don't like wish it was different. And so we could have done something like that. And we were going to price that, but once I got the price of the infrared, I'm like, you know what? I really like that, and I like the price of it, and I like it as an option. So let's just go with that. It would have probably been cheaper to go with a forced air system, but I liked the radiant tube heaters, so that's what we went with, or what we're going to go with. What are your thoughts? Stormy Outdoor Services. What are your thoughts about the CMP Hydro Bucket and NCon? Well, the CMP Hydro Bucket is amazing. I have 2 of them. I think they're phenomenal. CMPattachments.com. Go check them out. They're also a big supporter of the Mulder Life podcast, so thanks to CMP. I think their Hydro Bucket is awesome. I actually sold my mini skid Harley rake after getting my Hydro Bucket. The only thing I've used my full size Harley rake for is on the property. We recently used it to Harley rake a bunch of sticks out of the grass and an area that we had cleared, and I used it to kind of windrow something. You can't windrow with a Hydro Bucket. So it was nice to have the angle to like push the debris off to the side, but otherwise I hadn't used that in probably 2 years. So yeah, I think the Hydro Bucket is awesome. Go check it out. NCon, I'm pretty sure everyone should know what my thoughts are on NCon. After all, we are sitting in the NCon studios of the Mulder Life podcast. But the NCon tilt rotator literally changed my business 6 years ago when I got my first one. I will never have an excavator without a NCon tilt rotator, and I will not own an excavator without one. It should come standard on every excavator. It is truly the most game-changing piece of equipment I have ever bought in my life, and I 100% stand behind that. So the stuff we did with it today, as much as possible, I bring a tilt rotator to a job site. What we did today alone would have taken twice as long. And I've been doing this, like, I've been running my business with one of these for 6 years. And in my opinion, anybody doing it a different way is doing it slower and harder. 100%. Um, it is seriously one of the most versatile attachments I've ever seen in my life. Um, there is, I don't, I would not, I will not landscape and do I will not do landscaping or hardscaping again without it. I just won't. It's just, I just won't. It's like trying to do, it's like trying to dig a hole without a shovel. I mean, it just, no, you're not going to do it. So that's what I think. Which I guess I would dig a hole with my end kind, not with a shovel. But anyways, um, have you gotten the Blackstone out this year? Yeah. We cooked in the Blackstone at the property 2 weeks ago. I haven't gotten it out on a job site yet, but we cooked it on a Saturday a couple weeks ago. And this past Saturday was super windy and it wasn't super nice. And I was going to grill burgers on it, but we didn't do that. But yeah. WH Yen 871222. Do you prefer waterproof membrane or cement for ponds? I have only ever worked with the waterproof membrane for a pond, but I know of someone who does cement. He has shown me how they do that, and very interesting. And I really liked it. I thought it was a pretty awesome way to do it. So, but it's not something I have to mess around with. So I can't say what I prefer or don't prefer. Um, True Outdoor Living says, do you rent your shop now? How much do you pay? How long have you been there? So this building that I'm in right now is my brother-in-law and sister-in-law's building next to their house. It is about an eighth of a mile from my house. I do not pay rent to use this building. I paid to fix it all up. I put a concrete floor in it. I put a new roof on it. I did installation. I've done everything, new electric, literally this whole building. When I did it, I put a new garage door in, I put a heater in, I put a bathroom in. I probably have $40,000 into this building, of stuff that probably can't leave. Like when we move out of here, I'm not gonna take the heater with. I'm not gonna take the bathroom with. I'm not gonna take the concrete floor with. I'm not gonna take the the installation. Like I can't take the electric with me. Like I knew when I did it, like I knew that eventually we would move from here, and like I may still keep some stuff in here if they'll allow me to, but like I don't know. I initially had thought I would keep more things here, but the more I think about it, like it just doesn't make sense to buy two of some of the tools and stuff that I have. Like it's not going to make sense to do that. Like why would I buy another tool set? Like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have my tools at my shop, and you know my kids' four wheelers and stuff will probably stay over there because that's our property, and um, it's going to be different, right? But anyways, I knew that when I was fixing up this shop, I knew that they weren't going to charge me rent. I pay for the utilities once a year. They tell me how much it was, and I just write them one check for the whole year. Otherwise, they don't charge me rent here. They were not going to. They use this building. They have some storage up in the loft. I built the loft as well. Of course, I can't take that with me. That's going to stay. It's really a super nice shop now that we fixed it up. I may take the air compressor and the air lines and stuff out of here and use that at the new shop. I do have my dad's compressor for the new shop, which I really want to have in my shop. I just think it'd be cool to have my dad's air compressor in the shop. It doesn't have like sentimental value. I think he bought it like 2 years before he died, but whatever. We didn't sell it. I decided to keep it. I've stored it now, and now it's sitting right over here, and I'm going to use it in the new building. But this shop will have an air compressor, and again, I don't know if I'm going to leave it here or if I'm going to take it. I haven't really decided. I guess it depends how much work I want to do, but it is nice to have this building, and this building will get used for all kinds of things. We can have family parties in here and stuff. Again, we live like an eighth of a mile from here, and we're good for, obviously we're close with my sister and brother-in-law, and our kids all hang out and play all the time, and We fish here at my father-in-law's ponds. My father-in-law lives down the street. So, anyways, I don't pay rent, so I can't really tell you how much I pay and how long have we been here. I fixed up this building. We stored stuff in here for probably 2 years, 2 to 3 years, probably 3 years, on just a stone floor, and the roof leaked, and there was no insulation, and the garage, the door was a slider door, and you couldn't open in the winter because the ground heaved and you couldn't get the door open. Um, but I want to say we've been doing stuff in this building for, man, 7, 8, maybe 9 years. Probably 9 years, I would say. Um, and then I probably have been, I probably started fixing this up in the fall of, um, man, 20, 2021 maybe. I mean, 2019 maybe. Um, I don't remember. Um, but anyways, this building's been such a blessing to me, to our business, to my family, to our kids, to our extended family. It's really been an awesome space, and it's allowed. So by me spending the money on this building, even though it's not my building, but it allowed us to keep growing without going into debt, without having to pay rent somewhere else, have somewhere to work on things out of the weather, allowed a place for me to store things and tools and tinker on things and have fun with the kids and start this. Dadder Day started in this building, and so I have a lot of great memories in this building. Um, and I'll always be grateful for this space. And again, like I said, it'll probably always get used for something, or maybe they'll sit and nobody will use it. I don't know, but um, I'll tell you guys, like, and I would think that anybody with a pole barn would probably agree, that has a family or whatever. That it's pretty wild, the memories that get made in a space like this. I know for a fact, like growing up, my parents, from sixth grade until my mom sold the house a year or two ago, we had a building, we had a pole barn. I grew up, I learned how to drive. I learned how to back a trailer in that building. I learned how to mow grass and drive a lawnmower coming in and out of that building. I learned about tools and shovels and any kind of air tool and screwdriver and crescent wrench and impact sockets and like all these things, because my dad always had a pole barn and he had a semi and he would work on a semi, and my grandpa was always over messing around with his mowers and doing stuff in the building. And then when I got my license, we started detailing cars in the building, and I learned how to take care of a vehicle. And I was obsessive about my cleanliness of my vehicle. And me and my brother and our friends, we would have every Friday and Saturday night, we'd be out in that building just hanging out, having pizza, screwing around. Um, I really think like that building kept us out of trouble. Like we were always messing around in the building, fixing something, painting something, making a subwoofer box for our back seats of our car. Or, I mean, one time my brother bought a Honda Civic and we sanded the whole thing down and literally painted the whole thing inside the car, inside of the barn, with probably no respirators or anything, right? I mean, I could talk for hours about the memories I have in my parents' building and the things that we did there. And I talked about this when my mom sold her house. I had to sweep the building out for the last time, and I remember writing a Facebook post about it because I spent like an hour doing the final cleanup in the barn. My brother had moved away to Arizona, and my sister lives in Indy, and so I was there at the end and swept the whole building for the last time. And I just remember thinking that like I became a man in that building. I really did. Like if those walls could talk about what went on, and the breakups with girlfriends, and coming back to the building after. I remember coming back to the building one time. I had a school dance, and the girl that I went to the dance was it was a total disaster, and so I ended up bringing her home early, and I went back to the building where my brother and my buddy were hanging out, and we just hung out in the building the rest of the night. And like those are the things that like a building like this and a space. And I don't know if it's the same for girls or whatever, but like for a like me growing up, becoming a man, um, like it was like a rite of passage almost. And I don't think about that. Of course, I didn't think about that at all in the moment, but like looking back on it now, I hope that what we're going to build on this property. Now I know it's not going to be in the backyard of my house, but I really hope that the memories that are made there and the works that's done through this building is going to be similar to like what has happened in this building here. Like we've created tons of memories in this barn, and we've had bad things happen, like accidents happen, four-wheeler accidents, and but fixing bikes and all these different things, right? And that's what I'm excited to make those memories in a new building. That would be the third building that we've done something like that in, and it's just I think it's such a blessing, and I want to use the building as a blessing. I want to have company parties, I want to have family parties there. I want to whatever, just have hangout nights or have our church youth group over or something, and have fires and use the kitchen and um, go fishing. And I mean, we're already doing all kinds of great things like that, but the space inside of that building, I think, can really be a special place. Um, I know I've really gone on a tangent on this. Do you rent your shop now, and how much do you pay? But I don't know. I just something that I think about, of course, and I'm excited about. And to move, it will be kind of crazy to move out of this space because it's been such a blessing to me and our family and our extended family, like I said, and our team, of course. It's been a blessing, and it's still in great shape. And obviously, it was built right, and whatever. I don't know what else I'm saying. But Anthony Group Hardscapes, what's up, dude? How you doing? Uh, have you designed the inside of the new shop? Yes, I have. I have full architectural drawings of the building. They are done, except for I just sent my architect a couple changes yesterday that I wanted. Not yesterday, last week. A couple things that I'm changing. I'm moving a part of the mezzanine away from the main part, and I am adding a fifth garage door bay, which I was going to just do four, but and take out one of the bays. But after looking at it, I'm just like, why? Just do it. Like, I took it out to save some money, and I'm just looking at it like, why would I just not do it now? That same garage door in 2 years is going to be uh, $2,000 more probably. Just put the stupid door in. So, anyways, we're gonna have five garage door bays now instead of four. Um, and whether we use it, fine. If we don't, whatever. But it's gonna be in. And so, anyways, I made a couple changes. But yes, I have the whole inside designed. I have the office space completely designed. It'll have three offices. It will have a conference room. It will have a kitchen. It will have two bathrooms. It'll have a bathroom in the office, bathroom in the shop. It will have two slop sinks, one on one side of the shop, one on the other side of the shop. It will have airline drops everywhere. It will have electric galore. It will have um, lighting, of course, high bay lighting or whatever it's called. It will have big fans. It will have tube infrared heaters like we just talked about. It will have um, lots of electrical outlets outside as well as inside. It will have big wall packs on the outside. It will look like the surface of the sun in the middle of the night, which is amazing. It will have mezzanine above the whole office area, a storage closet. I want to have. It will be. It will have a laundry place for laundry, like stackable washer and dryer. That was something I added kind of last minute. Not really last minute. What am I talking about? We haven't even started building yet. Um, it's probably one of the last things I have added recently. It'll have an ice maker in it. It'll have a fridge, of course. It'll have a shop fridge and then the kitchen fridge. I don't know how soon we'll like build out the kitchen, but like it is spec to have a kitchen. Um, what else will it have? Water spigots all over the place, on every wall, one or two off, uh, one or two spigots. All the inside spigots of the building will be softened water. All the spigots that are outside the building will be non-softened water, so that when we wash vehicles inside, you'll use the softened water. Um, we'll have three of the bays will have floor drains in them, for snow stuff, and then for washing, of course. It does not have a dedicated wash bay. I've talked about that many times. Um, there's a lot of things. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really awesome. I'm like really freaking excited about it. Yeah. So, question from earlier today, one of the last questions that was asked, said, is it crazy to be a self-taught hardscaper? Now, I'm not sure what they meant. I mean, maybe they meant like, is it crazy that I am a self-taught hardscaper? I don't really know, and I don't know who this person was, but I don't know if it is that crazy. I mean, am I self-taught? Yes, but like I have obviously gleaned a massive amount of knowledge from the internet and from social media and from going to classes and from listening to others and talking and networking and all these different things. So I don't know if I mean, I guess like I didn't go to school for that, but can you even go to school to be a hardscaper? I don't think so. I mean, I guess you can go to school to like learn design, of course, and business management, but I don't think you can specifically go to school to learn how to be a hardscaper. I don't think that's a degree anywhere. Now, if I'm wrong, I'd love to hear that. Um, that's actually a very interesting thing. I wonder like um, what that would entail. Hopefully, lots of on-the-job training. If anybody's listening live, like, can you actually do that? Can you go to school to like run a landscaping company, or is it like, I guess landscape management probably is a degree, but then is it like landscape business management, or you would take like a business management with like landscape? I don't know. I don't. I didn't go to college, so like don't say, well, Andy, you're saying it like an idiot. I don't know. Like you minor in you major in like business management with a minor in landscape. I don't know, landscape and hardscape stuff. Like, is there a school that does that? I don't know. And if there was, that'd be really cool. But I I don't know how I think a lot of landscaping guys and hardscaping guys out there would say that they are quote unquote self-taught. But at the same time, like I did work for someone for 13 years, so like I don't know if that means I'm self-taught. Now, we didn't do a lot of hardscaping work. We did some hardscaping work, but I'll tell you, we did not do it well. What we build now and how we build now is light years different than what we did before. Um, like some of the things that we did, like I didn't know any better at the time, but like it's like embarrassing to think about how we built some of the hardscape work that we did. Um, like I would, but again, I didn't know any different. I just knew what I was told to do. Like, yeah, we're gonna put this patio in, put the screening 6 inches thick. Like, you know what I mean? Or like we built little Menards retaining walls, like with just down to the clay, and then sprinkle some screenings on top to level your first course. Like seriously. But I didn't know any different at the time. I mean, I was young, and I was just I learned so much after that, and going to different seminars and learning how to build things right, and then learning about open graded and how it works and compaction and all these things, and like I just didn't know any different. I will say that there's some things that I've seen that we've done that we did that way, and then I would like drive by them and be like, wow, I'm surprised that's still standing. But it is. I don't know. So it's just interesting that Anthony Group Hartsing says County College by me has a landscape design and construction management 2-year degree, lots of plant ID, design, surveying, basic math, English. Interesting. That's cool. See, like that would be that probably would be helpful, but like then after that, you have to go and work for someone. You have to. Like I can't imagine you could take that 2-year degree and then literally just go start a business. I mean, maybe you could, of course, but um, I don't know. That's very interesting to me. I wonder how that is and what people think about it. But I probably would be thrilled to hire someone that had come out of that. Um, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Hedda, Hedda Landscape says, interesting. Never thought about hardscaping being all self-taught and supported by manufacturers and suppliers. And really, it is for the most part. It's rare that you would find someone that started their business, runs their business, and they went to college for landscape design and construction management. Like, I don't think that's the common thing. Um, Now, of course, that's why you get such a wide range in quality and pricing and how they run their business and all of these different things. And so, it's all relative. But in this day and age now with social media and YouTube and podcasts and all that stuff, I mean, we're you're watching live or you're listening to a podcast that's strictly about landscaping and hardscaping. Now, of course, we're talking about other things within that just because I like to talk about whatever's going on. But like this kind of a thing was never available to me when I started my business. Um, Obviously, social media was, but like the community that is on Instagram now and YouTube now, like it was not like that 10 years ago. Um, so it's so different now. You can get so much information and the classes and the different things that are out there now. If you're starting out in this business right now, you are starting in this business when you have the most information available to you that's on this specific topic. You have more information available to you than there ever was. So you should be able to learn faster, grow faster, and whatever. I'm not that type of guy, but you know what I'm saying? Like you should be able to get so much knowledge and save so much heartache if you will just listen and listen to the right people, not just gurus and all this stuff. I do not, and and then do some of these things, right? Not just listen, in one ear out the other kind of a thing. Like there's a lot to there's a lot of information out there. So it looks like my Instagram video just literally shut off. So I'm not sure why, but that's kind of strange. Um, but guys, this is the end of the episode anyway. So I appreciate you guys all tuning in tonight. And I want to thank our sponsors. Pave Tool Innovators, pavetool.com. Go check out pavetool.com. Use that code Mulder Outdoors, and you can save yourself 10%. And also, I want to say a big shout out to Amborn Stone, ambornstone.com. You can go check them out. You can find them on Instagram, amborn_stone. Talk to them, reach out to them, let them know that you heard about them on the Mulder Life podcast. You can get natural stone there, sawn, milled, all different kinds of natural stone shipped all over the country. They can help you with whatever you need, and they know they have installed this stuff for years. They mill it, they process it, they have phenomenal customer service. Have had great experiences working with them, and I'm super thankful to have them as a sponsor of the Mobile Life Podcast. Albany's Candy Factory, the official candy of the Mobile Life Podcast. And guys, this is going to be the end, and I appreciate you guys, and thanks for tuning in. And we will catch you on the next one. Thanks.